too much, you know. So that's the reason why June is 64% win rate. We still got a whole lot of June left, so we'll see how, like, you know, where we end up. Coming down, you can see right over here. This is gold, this is pound yen. Gold, I've made like, you know, $9,000 on gold. Pound yen, I've made $58. Coming down here as well, you know, it's pretty good, pretty good. What's the most loss you took in this account in pips? In pips, I have taken the biggest loss. Let's see, 25 pips. 25 pips. And this was also, this was a accident where I took this loss because I wanted to take a, I wanted to, like, I wanted to take a sell, but accidentally I took a buy, as you can see right over here. I wanted to take a sell as we broke below the low. We had clean ratio left inside. So I accidentally took a buy and I took that loss. This was another one, 20 pip, but whatever. And then as we start to move down, you can see my average wins were like, you know, 15 to 20 pips. Biggest win was 186 pips, you know, and this was 177. Not on big lots, you know, smaller lot size, look like 0.4 lots, 0.15. You know, pretty chill. Does SRC works on crypto as well? Yes, all price action. But anyway, let's look at the date. Let's start from here now. Let's start from January 2024. We'll do till like, you know, May 1st, 31st May. And nice shirt. Thank you. I bought it in Thailand. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So we need about, we'll be good with about 10 dates, I guess, right? 10 dates, I think, would be good. Okay, so here we got January, February, March, April, May. January, February, March, April, May. What should we do? April? May. Go with February. Okay, we'll go with February. We'll go with February 4th and the 18th. All right, so this is a simulator right over here. I'm going to pick this and starting capital, we're going to start with 5,000. And starting date is going to be February. What was it? Let's go with 4th February, right? 4th, perfect. Okay, Sebastian. We'll go with 4th February. 4th February, and the time is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 8 a.m. So this will be, oh, hold on. 8 a.m. 0800. 8 a.m. Take data from server. Hope this is correct. 4th February, start. All right, so it's just going to load this up here now. And then, no, I'm not. This is the only account I'm trading now. I'll see if we can build it up till like, I think 50K is going to be great. By what, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, by October, could be at 50K. I think that's going to be good by October. See, I'm not saying next month. I'm not saying 1 week or like, you know, like 2 weeks. No, October. Like we're in June, the full of June, July, August, September, 4 months. In 4 months, if it can be at 50K, I think that's going to be pretty good. So we'll see. So we're just going to let this load over here now. And then we will continue. Loading historical data. I think with the C Trader, one thing is going to be here is that we're only going to have access to one time frame, the 30-minute time frame. I'm not at my office. So I'm at my home. I don't have the MT5 simulator here. So we're gonna be a little bit handicapped. We're focusing on both impulse entry and candle close. So I hope we will get some, opportunity to do that. Any possibility to open up Malaysia event slot? Nope. The slots were open for the past 2 days. I repeatedly said that in Discord. So there are no more slots. But if you're in Malaysia, then we could do some dinner on Friday with the Microfluidity University members. But yeah, there are no more slots. There are 70 slots. 70 slots. So yeah. Just out of self-doubt, I'm asking, is there any different term? No, there's no difference between men and women. When is your birth month? That's irrelevant to what we are trying to do here today. Any plans to come to London? Maybe. Maybe. So we'll see. But once this loads up, I'm going to close the chat and I'm not going to answer any questions. I'm going to open the chat after the simulation is done. So you guys can ask all the questions. Is C2 simulator good compared to MT5 based on experience? Both are good. Both are awesome. You have to try both to have your own opinion. My opinion is not that important. The best opinion is your own opinion. When you try different things and then you formulate an opinion. Because if I give my own opinion, then you'll go off of my opinion and you may not like it. So your opinion is the most important opinion you can ever get in life. Your opinion. Your opinion, man. There we go. We have loaded. Awesome. Australia boot camp. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is the time here now. And this time is, okay, I'm going to close the chat. Okay. All right. Raja candles. This is what we need. Okay. So this is around, what time is this? This is 12:30. What time is this? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to know what time is this? The debate, is this a debate time? UTC +4. I don't know. I don't know if this is Dubai time. Seems to me. Hmm. What's happening over here? UTC plus Dubai time is Dubai time. Okay. Why is this stuck? If I change the template, it freezes. I don't know why. The time on the left speed is simulation time. Oh, okay. So this um hmm, interesting. Interesting. Okay, there we go. It's working. Yeah, MT5 is pretty good. simulator, to be honest. Okay, we got the time now. This is 1:30. This is the wait time, okay? This is actually the wait time now, which is good. On the 6th. All right, so we got to go to pre-London. Pre-London is around 9, 10, 11, 12, like around 9 a.m. So we have to forward the candles towards 9 a.m. So we're going to wait. So we're going to wait till we get to that time. This is around 4. We got 4:30. Let's pause this. So this is 5. This is 6. This is 6. Okay, 7:30. This is 8 a.m. 8:30. This is 9. Okay, 9:30. So this is around pre-London session at this point now. This is around pre-London session. So let's do some analysis now. Let's draw our zones. Obviously, we have a support down here. Let's change this towards gray area. Let's change this one to here. All right. Cool. Copy this. And then we have a resistance right over here. So if we measure this range, this is a 40, this is like a 40 pip range. So if we look to the left-hand side, now we have some more information. So let's say if we do break above this area, which is around 22.27. If you break above 22.27, this is where we had gaps. So let me explain why we have gaps. Let me remove this thing over here. Pre-separate. Okay. So the reason we have gaps is because over the weekend, when price closed around 20.37. That's where the price closed. Now, over the weekend, there was some movement, some, fundamental events may have happened, and over the weekend, price went down towards 2018. And when the candles opened, this is where we opened at this point, 2018. So this is why you see a gap. Now, the question is, will this gap get filled? And the answer to that will also play. Okay, it's also playing, but it's playing too fast. Now, the answer to that is gap is only going to get filled if we can break above this resistance. Now you can see the candle is kind of like, breaking above this area, but we have to wait for the candle to close. Let me slow the speed down. Why is it moving so fast? So we have to wait to see how the candle will actually close. So that's the time right there at the bottom, which is good. Perfect. So we got to wait to see how the candle will close. Now, if we break and close above 2027, I think there's a very good probability that price can continue to push up. So that's what we have to wait, right? You can see the time here at the bottom. It's like, almost like 4 minutes in. It's 4 minutes in. I don't want to enter into a trade at this point because we have to wait. We only got like, $5,000, but maybe you would have like, borrowed that money from someone that you want to trade and you're going to make them a profit. So we'll have to wait over here. We shall have to wait to see if we do break and close above this area or not. And that's going to be the telltale sign whether price will continue to push up. Right? Oh, wow, look at that. We are breaking above this area. The reason why we couldn't take a buy at this point is simply because, it has already moved up, like, look, 53 pips. We've already moved up 53 pips. So it's very difficult to, like, take a buy at this point. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait here. Waiting is going to be more important. The best case scenario is going to be if we can retrace, create support, and then price continues to push up. That's going to be the best case scenario. So we'll have to wait. Let's forward this candle, see how it closes. Okay. The candle closed very bullish candle, which is good. Now all we need to see is for price to create support And if we can create support, then we can continue to push up. So this candle is coming down, which is beautiful. Okay, so as the candle is moving, let me explain to you guys some things, right? As the candle is moving, there are two things that can happen. Number one thing is that we create support, right? And the second thing is if we close in this range. So if we close back in this range, oh wow, look at that. We are pushing down over here. Okay, the candle has closed, right? And this is a pretty big 22, 23 pip candle right over here. And since we don't have any access to the 15-minute, because I mean, if this is a fake out and price is coming back in the range, and we have clean candles here to the left-hand side, this is a 30 pip range, right? So if I was to take a sell over here, the stop loss is going to be like, like 28, 23 pips, like it was a pretty big stop loss. So what I'm going to do is, I think a sell here would make sense. So let us go with a 0.5 lot. Now, actually, you know what? I'm going to lower the lot size to 0.25. And the reason why I'm going to lower the lot size to 0.25 is because the stop loss is too big. It's like 26 pips away. And I would rather have my stop somewhere in this candle right over here. Now, the reason I would have my stop loss in the middle of the candle is that if price will continue to push down, it should not break the 50% above the high of this bearish candle. That's why I'm not placing my stop up there. So let's take the sell. Stop loss is going to be right here, right here. Okay, it's not above the candle. It's in the middle of the candle because if we do have a retracement, I don't want price to retrace 50% of the value up right there, if you know what I'm saying. Why do you take a sell if we break? Why would you take a sell if we break below the candle? Closing back, yeah. See, that's why the chat I'm closing. Why would you take a sell if we break below this candle? Why else would I not take a sell? Because it's a fake out. This is a fake out. We're closing back in the range. If we're closing back in the range, this means price tried to go up. It couldn't go up. And now it's coming back in the range. And now it's trying to push down here. And also, iPhone XS Max, if you don't change your name in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to remove you from the chat. Yeah, now the chat is definitely closed at this point. Okay, anyway, the candle's about to close in about 3 minutes. Keep an eye on the time at the bottom. There we go. The candle has closed. And look how the candle closed. The candle closed bearish. Now, this new candle that's starting, this candle has to respect the high and then continue pushing down. That's what this new candle has to do. It has to respect the high and then continue pushing down. Wow, look at that. See that? It's breaking the high over here. Now, what will I do? What will a regular person do at this point? Why stop loss not above the current candle wick? MD, yeah, you guys are coming late. I'm going to keep the chat off. It's so hilarious, man. Why? Yes, close 50%. I'm going to close 50% right over here because we are breaking above the high, and C-Trader Simulator does not have the option to close 50%, which is not good. So I'm going to close the whole position right over here because we don't have the option to close 50% as it broke above the high. So I closed the whole position. Oh, wow, look at that. Wow, it moved up. Okay, interesting. Ooh, yeah, that was a very good decision, right? We broke above the high, closed 50%. For people who are wondering why the stop loss was not above the previous candle, well, you will have to rewatch the recording. Okay, look at this. The candle's coming back down in the range. The candle's closing. This is how the candle has closed now, which is good. So look where the candle closed. The candle closed below 2027. It tried to break above this area. We couldn't break above this area. We closed below this area. So if the next candle breaks below this low, I think that's a very good probability for price to continue pushing down as an impulse entry. What's this? Hey Raja, people in Nigeria can't really pay for mentorship using the pyramid. Blah, blah, blah. Bro, listen, that's irrelevant. For people in Nigeria, they need to get a fucking job. They need to make money first before they attempt to trade. I don't give two shits who can pay for mentorship or who can't pay for mentorship. I don't care. That's Nigeria's problem. That's people in Nigeria. It's their problem, with all due respect. We're having a simulation here. So, yeah. Anyway. Okay, price moving up, coming down. I think if we can break below the low, that could be an opportunity for an impulse entry for price to push down. And I think that's also going to be where we could give a trade a second chance. I mean, on the opposite end, if we do close above 2028, then I think there's a probability for price to continue to push up. Right? So, oh, wow, look at that right there. And right, yeah, right there. That's your perfect impulse entry for price to continue to push down. So we're going to start to see if we can take a sell over here. This is going to be a 0.5 lot because fake out, candle came back in, this candle closed below, this candle tried to break up, we closed below. This candle is breaking below the low, so this is a perfect example of an impulse entry. Sell goes in here, stop loss goes, somewhere over 15, 16 pip stop, looking at volume to continue pushing price down. And yeah, it could be, oh, okay. Retracement, no problem, no problem. Raja is the master of, there we go. The candle has closed, nice bearish candle. Beautiful candle to close bearish for price to move down. Oh, and by the way, for crypto, we can't do monthly payments. Very nice. Look at that. Do you look at the time left on the candle? Yes, I do look at time left from the candle, but the bias was bullish. Thomas, you'll have to rewatch the recording. All right. Look at that. We are pushing down over here now. Okay, this candle has to close. What's the time right over here? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit after, London Open. A little bit after London Open. I think price is just, we got 6 minutes left, 4 minutes left. Okay, there we go. We can bring, now we can bring the stop loss above this 30-minute candle. Because if this new candle starts to break the high of the previous candle, then it's going to be very, very difficult for price to even continue to push down. So, wow, look at that. Beautiful. We got about 14 pips at this point. 14 pips. So I'm going to secure this right over here since this is the first trade. And break even, I would want to put it at break even, but we can't secure partials here. We can't secure partials. I'd love to put it at break even, but we can't secure partials. So I'm going to secure the whole thing right here because that was the second trade we took. And that's it. Brother, we have crypto, but crypto is only for lifetime enrollment. For the monthly, we don't have crypto. I'm sorry. Yeah, this was great. So took one trade. This was a sell, but I kept them my bias. Didn't change my bias. Oh, wow, look at that. We're continue to push down over here now. I mean, this is our support, so I don't know whether we're going to continue to push down or, oh, nice. Okay, look at that. We're rejecting. Beautiful. How much was this? This whole move was about 28 pips, right? The range, 28 pip range. We got about 14 pips out of it. Not bad. Pretty good, right? Let's move on towards the next pre-London session and see what happens in that scenario there. Why not putting stop loss at 14 pips? You have the chance to get more if no. I'm going to follow my plan. I'm not going to follow your plan, Thomas. I'm going to follow my plan, my protocol. I know you guys join us some of these. Okay. Um, okay, so let's do this here. How can I restrict the chat? All right, perfect. Chat has been restricted. Oh, beautiful. Okay, awesome. Right, let's move on to the next pre-London session. Let's forward this from here. Let's pause this. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, where's gold headed at this point? Ooh, brother. Ooh, okay. So let's move on towards 9 a.m. Dubai time. We're at 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 9 a.m. Dubai time. We don't have access to the 4-hour candles. We don't have access to the daily 15-minute, whatever. We only have access to the 30-minute candles. So we're going to go off of what we are provided with. Consider this as a challenge as well. I think this is a very, very good challenge to have. Difficulty level is pretty high at this point. So, okay. So right now we are consolidating, right? Like very heavy consolidation. Um, if we can break below this area, 2034, I think there's a very good probability the price can continue to push down. At the same time, if we can break above 2037, we can continue to push up. If you measure this range, it's like a 27 pip range, not like a big range. So we'll have to see, like, I mean, we've been consolidating for how much? We've been consolidating for about 12 hours now, right? So the longer the consolidation, the bigger the break at this point. So we just have to wait for some sort of a break, and then we'll see where price can go from there. As you can see, we're just arranging, which is good, but it's very painstaking. You can look at the time at the bottom as well. The candle's closing, the new candle's forming on the 30-minute. So, I mean, we'll just have to wait to see if we do break below. Okay, nice. There we go. Very nice. So we are breaking below the low here. Nice. See, so at this point, I don't want to take an impulse entry. And this is something for your, I'd say like review. And the reason why I don't want to take an impulse entry here is because you look to the left-hand side, we have this big rejection wick, right? So we don't know whether this candle will reject because of this wick, or this candle will, close below this area. We don't know that. So that's why we have to wait for this candle to close. We got to wait for this candle to close. So let's forward this candle. See how it closes. Boom. It closed like this. How much has it moved? It moved about 17 pips. Um, uh, I can't take a sell because we already have this big candle. I think what's going to be better is for price to create. Actually, yeah, no. I don't want to risk a sell. I don't want to risk a sell. It's going to be better for price to do some retest. Yeah, just like this, something like this. If it's doing a retest like this, I think there's a very good probability we can continue pushing down. If this was me back in 2019, 2020, I would have taken a sell, but now I'm more mature as a trader, and I don't do those things here anymore. So I think it's going to be better to wait for price to do some sort of retest or something, or if we close back in the range, we can go up or whatever. But yeah, I think that would have been a pretty good entry. But anyway, we got to stay fluid. We got to stay fluid, and we got to be very, very careful of certain things. All right, there we go. We have this candle. We are in this wick. We'll have to wait to see how this candle is going to close. We're breaking out of this range. Another thing is, I think we're creating this clean range here as well. So let's see. how this candle closes. Let's forward this. Boom, candle has closed bullish. Now, if the candle has closed bullish, this is good because the next candle can come up, create resistance, and then we can take a sell for price to move down, right? We're waiting because we had support, candle broke below support. Now we have to come up to create some sort of a resistance, and then we can take a sell for price to continue pushing down. I think that's going to be the best case scenario here for price to move. So let's wait. Majority of the stuff here is just waiting, guys. You just have to wait. Seriously, just gotta wait. Oh, oh, where the hell is this going over here? This is going the wrong way, buddy. You had to do some sort of a retest. Let's see how this kind of closes. Oh, wow. Okay, so fake out, right? If this is a fake out, this is a big candle here as well. So now we'll have to see. So now, okay, so take a look at this. This is something I've been noticing. Clean range formed by candles. One, we have this clean range, the price moved down. And now we have this another clean range where price moved up. Let's see how the next candle closes here. You know, because if we are now creating support, if we're adjusting these zones, if we're creating support, and if the candle over here closes bearish, let's see how this closes. Hope it closes bearish. Okay, perfect. Now we have this clean range, right? So notice how before our support was right up over here, but now our support comes down here, and we have all this clean range for price to move into. It's like a 25, 30 pip range. No, I don't check news for us, right? So we have all this range right over here. So I think this is going to be a very good idea for price to go down. I mean, like, look, we had candle came down, and honestly, the bias here, there's no bias. The bias is ranging. I mean, if you look at the daily, daily is moving up, whatever, but here the bias is ranging. So we have price moved down, we moved up, we're creating a, we're creating a resistance on the 30-minute. If I just show you this right here, we're creating a resistance. So what's the probability? Let me just show you right over here, right? Like this. Now, what's the probability that the next candle can continue to push down versus continue to push up? That's the only probability you have to keep in mind. So I think there's a high probability for price to move down. I'm going to put my stop loss right up over here. Not 10 pip stop, man. It's a 10 pip stop loss. It's an amazing stop. We're looking at price to move down, whatever, like perfect. Perfect scenario for price to move down. All right. As we are breaking below the low, see this? So we broke below the low. Once price has broken below the low, now price has no business coming back to its entry point or coming back to its break-even stage. Once we've broken the low, it has no business to come back to that point. Oh, wow, look at that. Very nice. Beautiful. Ooh. Even in simulation, the TP didn't get hit because of the spread. I should have just lowered my spread. Even in simulation, that didn't happen. Will it push down again? Actually, you know what? I'm going to close this right over here. I'm not going to wait around if it's going to go down again. I'm going to close this, secure this. It's a very, very good trade. Very good trade. If it goes down further, so amazing. Oh, wow, look at that. Yeah, the TP would have been hit. So now we're at this support area, and oh, wow, look at that. We are pushing down now. Now we're breaking below that support we had. Beautiful. Okay, we're closing back in the range at this point. Yeah, so if it closes back in the range, then it's just back to just consolidation. Very difficult, very difficult. Yeah, now it's just back in the range here now. I mean, if we can close bullish, I think there's a probability we can continue to push up if we close bullish. But yeah, let's see how we close bullish here anyway. We got about 23 minutes left. Okay, the candle has closed with no wick at the top. What does this mean? This means got to stay away, right? Because if the candle closes with no wick, you got to stay away. Let's see how the next candle closes. Next candle closed like this. A weak bullish candle. A weak bullish candle means, I mean, let's measure this range here now. So if this candle has closed a weak bullish candle, and this candle, if it breaks the previous low, how big is this range? This is like a 13 pip range, you know, it's a non-tradable range. It's like a 13 pip range. So in this 13 pip range, I don't think there's a possible trade at this point because it's a very, very small range. And that's why, like, maybe spectating price helps more. So we're just going to spectate it. It broke the low. It should continue pushing down because, like, it's breaking the low at that point. Yeah. Making it look so easy. Brother, I'm just waiting for the candles to close, to be honest. We're in this range. Yeah, we are in this range here at this point. Just consolidating here. Very heavy consolidation. Oh, we're breaking below, coming back up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So this was your New York session right over here. This was all your New York session here. Bunch of nothing. Absolutely nothing happened in this New York session. All right, let's move on towards the next. Oh, what's going on over here? Are we trying to push up? See the next candle? Oh, push down. See the next candle? Oh, what was this? 8. What was this time over here? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow. This is wild. Wild stuff on gold. Crazy. All right, let's move on to the next prelim. Yeah, this is crazy gold. Okay, so we are at 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Now we are at 9 a.m. Eastern. 9 a.m. Eastern. And let's redraw our zones here now, right? So first of all, we got our resistance right over here. We got our resistance. And at the same time, yeah, I think this looks like a pretty good idea for price to continue pushing down, right? Let's take a look to the left hand. So left hand side, we have a support area here. Do we have a support area to the left hand side? Let's remove all zones. So this is one support we have. And this support is right here. So we are at support. I can't take a sell. I mean, if this support was somewhere over here, then the next candle was a selling candle because this candle closed with no wick on the top. And then we could take a sell, anticipating price to move down. But since this is a support here to the left hand side on 30-minute, I don't think that would be a good idea. I mean, we're coming into this wick here to the left. So Zoom lagging for everyone. Not me here. I mean, we're good. Oh, for everyone, it's lagging. Nope, nope. Okay, yeah, then it's you guys. Yeah, I mean, I think the best scenario is going to be if we break above 2034 for price to move up. That's going to be the best scenario. If we break above 2034 for price to move up, 38, 40 pip range, I mean, just great overall. That's going to be the best case scenario. Let's see how this candle closes over here. We got, boom, candle has closed at this resistance. Awesome. Now we just got to break above this area for price to move up. If we can break above that area, then I think it's going to be good. Yeah, we'll have to wait over here. All right, let's see how this candle closes. Oh, wow. Wow, difficult. Okay. Now, if the next candle breaks above this high, I think there's a possibility we can continue to push up. That's going to be the perfect impulse entry if the next candle breaks above this high, because this looks like a impulse entry confirmation candle. Now we just need the action candle. Oh, nice. Fazan, you already got it. Impulse entry setup. So, okay, we're making a lower wick. If you guys remember, this is the same trade we took right over here, where the candle made a top wick, broke below the low, we moved down. This one right over here, the same thing is happening right here. Price is making a lower wick to break above the high for price to move up. So let's see over here. Can we break above the high? What's the time? Okay. Oh, right there. You see that? That's going to be a buy entry. Stop loss is going to go, it's like 12 pips here. Not too bad, right? 12 pips. I'd say it's still pretty good. TP, we're looking at price to continue to push up to this area here. Wow, look at that. Oh, what's going on over here? Uh, hmm. Okay. Keep moving bullish. I guess not. Come down. Let's see how this candle closes. Oh, wow. This candle closed back in the range. What do you think I should do now, guys, with my risk? Keep keep this trade open or close? Oh, perfect. Close 50. But I can't close 50 because C trader. So I'm gonna have to close half. Yeah, I'm gonna have to close full. Yeah, I'm gonna have to close full, and we will assume that we're closing 50%. By 50%. By 50%. Okay, no. Yeah, I'm gonna close it over here. I'm gonna manage my risk. Close it right there. Oh wow, I would have gotten stopped out here anyway because price broke the low. Would have gotten stopped out there anyway. Yeah, next time I'm gonna open two positions. Where is this volume? There's no volume here. Like, look, this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is Asian session. And after Asian session, we move into pre-London. And this is London Open. And there seems to be no volume. Price tried to break above. We can't break above. It's just, it's just stuck. So difficult. Let's adjust the zone. Actually, let's wait for this candle to close. I want to see how this candle closes here. Let's forward this. Okay, the candle is closed like this. Um, yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing. I mean, there's no volume. Wait for NY. Yeah, I guess. I guess we could wait for NY probably. Um, when I take impulse entry, I close 50%. If it comes back down and turn bearish, yeah, I'm gonna wait for NY over here because I mean, even if you go for this wick fill is like 12 pips. It's nothing. Uh, like our spread is whatever. Yeah, we got spread to worry about there too. So I mean, it's yeah. I mean, if we do go for a wick fill, it's like 13, 12, 17 pips. Whatever. This is just so stupid. Yeah, see that. This wick fill would have been like a 10 pip stop for like a 12, 13 pip gain. Oh, wow, look at that. We're moving down. Well, that's good. That's good. I guess if we can move down, then we could get some sort of a retest, right? Then we could get some sort of a retest for price to, okay. Yeah, see, that's good. Now, if we can come back, do a retest, we can continue to push down. You get spread charge 2 times, so 2 pips is actually 4 pip less when we trade it, correct? Yes. Wow, look at that. That's beautiful. See, that's beautiful because now we can come up, do a retest, and then price can continue to push down. So let's see how this candle closes here. Guys, don't open video call if you are sleeping. This one time, we had one guy, we're doing simulation session, and this guy starts changing his clothes. The guy, buddy has his laptop open and he's changing his clothes. And the camera was high enough so we couldn't see the juice part, but we could see he's changing his clothes. We're like, yo, bro. That was hilarious, man. That his buddy was in the Zoom chat too, and he called him and said, bro, and then he came and he turned off his webcam. That was hilarious. Okay, the candle has closed like this. It's beautiful. Yeah, I have a lot of funny. Yeah, there was also a guy who would start snoring, like he would be laying down in bed and then he'd start snoring, while watching the simulation. So anyway, um, yeah, either if we can do a retest or the candle can close bearish, then I think we can continue to push down. Awesome. Looks like the candle's going to close bearish here. Oh, wow, look at that. Beautiful trade right over here. Beautiful trade for price to push down. Let's take a look to the left-hand side. Look at that. Look at this. Wow. It's going to be, next candle can fill this wick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pre-New York volume. We got range here for price to move in. This is awesome. This is great. Yeah, wick fill. So yeah, let's do 2 positions, right? 2 positions. Better impulse, like it breaks below the low. Okay. Okay, let's do that. So one will do static, whatever, and the rest will do impulse. Oh, I can't do this impulse because we broke below the low in the first minute, minute and a half. Minute. Actually, let's do this impulse right over here. The problem with this impulse is that now the stop is going to be bigger for this. Yeah, it has no top wick too. You're right. It has no top wick. So let's wait for it to make the top wick. Okay, it's moving up. It's time to make the top wick now. Oh, okay. So see this? Um, as it's coming up here now, we know it's going to hit our stop loss. Do we know it's going to hit our stop loss? Yes or no? We know it's going to hit our stop loss. Yes. So make a note. Make a note. So I want all you guys to make this note. Whenever the candle retraces more than 50% of the previous candle body, the size, right? If it retraces more than 50%, there's a higher probability it's going to break the high in this case, or break the low in, like, if it's trying to move down. So we know it's going to hit the stop loss, right? So again, I repeat, whenever a candle is retracing, and if it retraces more than 50% of the previous candle's body, there's a higher probability it's going to break that high. So there's no reason to keep your stop loss there. A very important note. And yeah, see, wow, it broke the high over there. It broke the high, but what the hell's happening over here now? Body or the whole candle? Include the whole candle, man. Like the top and the bottom wick. That's the whole thing. That's the whole candle. Whoa, this is an impulse entry over here. Wow. That's only for the 30-minute and 15-minute. 15 minutes is more risky, so I'd go with the 30-minute. Then should we close? I don't know. That's up to you. I gave you the information, and it's up to you how you want to use the tool of risk management. Wow, this is where is it headed? Here? It's heading over here. This is an impulse move. This wasn't some news, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this wasn't some news. It's an 80 pip impulse move right over here. Yeah, this definitely is an 80 pip. 80 pip impulse move here. Good sell if it closes back in the range. Yeah, I think so. Let's see how this candle closes. Okay, that's a pretty good sell. You know, we got clean range. We got clean range here, 58 pip range. Pretty decent range, right? So we'll do two, um, one. We'll do this one, and then we'll do two. Yeah, two positions. I mean, the 30 minutes creating resistance, we got a clean range. Now, someone may ask, well, what about this consolidation here to the left-hand side? Well, if this consolidation was so important, then this candle moving up, it would have reacted to this consolidation. Yeah, then it would have it reacted to this consolidation, but it didn't, so it moved up. So now this becomes our clean range. Why don't we wait for the candle to form a top wick first? Yeah, okay. I mean, if this candle breaks, yeah, see? Okay, so this candle is now breaking the low. It has broken the low, so now it shouldn't break its own high. This is very important. Whenever price is in momentum and there's volume, and in this case, let's say, okay, so let's do like a small position, whatever, right? Small position, stop loss goes above this candle. Now, if this candle is now breaking below the previous candle's low, it shouldn't break its own high. Please correct me. Whenever we have a fake out and we close back in the range, we should take a sell if the breakout is a buy. No, you should not take a sell. You should anticipate a sell. Okay, there's a big difference. You should not execute a sell. You should anticipate a sell. Because I don't want you guys to come back after 6 months. Oh, Raja told us to take a sell. Raja said anticipate a sell. Executing a sell, that's all your problem. Right? So, yeah, see, it shouldn't break its own high. Beautiful. Oh, wow, where the hell is it going? Okay, so close this, close this. Yeah, we're gonna leave a runner because we're gonna leave a runner because we're in profits. We're up like $200. This is good. Up 5%. Pretty good. Let's see how this candle closes. Boom, candle closed with no wick at the bottom. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Oh, nice. Moving down. Let's take a look at the next one. Beautiful. This reminds me of the trade I took on Friday. Let's take a look at the next one. Whoa. All right, I'm going to close this one right over. Actually, we will trail the stop losses above the 30-minute candles. Yeah, we're going to trail the stop losses right over here. Oh, wow. Look at that. This thing is still moving. Oh, got stopped up. Yeah, that was good. The trend is bullish. No, it's not. A runner doing a marathon. Yeah, a runner was doing a marathon. So we're waiting for the candles to close. You know, some were impulse entries. We managed risk on some trades. Uh, yeah. Okay, let's move on towards the next London session. Pause this. Oh wow, what's going on over here? A lot of stuff happened. So we will refresh our zones. We're consolidating now. See that? Candles are printing side by side. That's what we call consolidation. All right. 9, 10, and 12. Okay, we forwarded a little bit, no problem. So this is another pre-London. Also, I want to let you guys know that whenever you guys are doing, is this NFP? Was this NFP? Let's see here. February. No, no. This was not NFP. Uh, what's this? Oh, this is simulation, right? Yeah, this is simulation. What's this over here? Okay, this is a simulation. All right. So, okay. So one thing I want to let you guys know, um, whenever you guys are doing simulations, aim to do one full week of simulation and don't over simulate. That's a very important thing. And don't over simulate. Okay. So if we break above 2034, looking to the left hand side, you have like a range of like about 34 pips at this point, right? We don't need to look at, yeah, I can't take a look at 4 hour daily here anyway. So we're just going off of the 30-minute time frames. Okay, so we got resistance. At the same time, we got a support right here in the 30-minute time frame. And there's something I explained, I think, last week, that if you got a support right over here, and the next support is like, 6 pips away. So this becomes our main support here. And then we got these bunch of wicks here at the bottom. So I kind of want to take a buy here because the candle is closing bullish. And looking right over here, we got like almost, like a 17 pip range over here. This isn't that big of a range. Over test doesn't mean too much back testing is bad. Yeah, too much back testing is bad. So yeah, we'll have to wait because this isn't enough range. It's like a 17 pip range. What are you going to do taking a trade in 17 pip range? Yeah, 1 hour simulation a week is honestly more than enough. All right, we're coming down now, which is good. I think it's going to be better if we can close below, like somewhere below this support. I think that's going to be the best. Yeah, this range is 26 pip range. Simulate every day for 30 minutes. I think instead of simulating every day for 30 minutes, what's going to be better if you go over your trades of the day for 30 minutes and only do simulation once a week. That's going to be way better. Okay, we're coming up to this level and looks like we're not breaking up this level. Wow, this is rough. Yeah, price action is just not looking good over here. Let's forward. Uh, See, as long as we stay in this range, there's nothing happening. This is the range of death. There's nothing that I can recognize. Oh, wow, look at that. There's nothing that I can recognize. This is what, like after London Open? Okay, now look at that. We're coming down over here. We're down towards support. If you can get a candle closing below this area, I think it's going to be good. Where can I see this session again? Well, this session is going to be just this once over here. Once in a lifetime opportunity, this was. And I'm afraid that's gone now. Okay, the candle is about to close in 20 minutes. So we'll have to wait for the candle to close. Yeah. See, I'm thinking, should I take an impulse entry once we break below this low? Because breaking below this low could be, yeah, it's very risky. But still, like we haven't really had volume in this session. So maybe this would be a point where volume does come in, right? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, too many wicks over here as well. That's true. Too many wicks here. It's true. So let's just wait. Wow. Yeah. Let's forward this over here. See, these wicks are good because if we can have a candle closing below 2032 and there's volume, okay. So we have rejection wicks here. If we can get a candle closing below 2032, then these wicks become wick fills if there's volume. Or if we can break above 2034, then we can continue to push up. That's it. Yeah, there's no fake out because no candle has closed below the range. For a fake out to happen, the candle has to close below the range. Do you concern the wick on the very left is better to focus on high volume? Yes, better to focus on high volume. Let's just see how these candles close. We're slowly moving into, oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. Now this candle, next candle, has to wick up. Once it wicks up and breaks its own low, I think we can get, what's the time? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is pre-New York volume as well. Pre-New York volume as well. If it's a downtrend, let's say bullish candle close doji. No, we're not going to do let's say this or if that, if that. We're only going to take a look at this right over here. If this candle, see that? This candle has to wick up, has to make a top wick. Yeah, see that? So it made a top wick. If it breaks the point where it opened, I think that's a very good probability. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that nasty boy over there. See, right there. See this right there. This is risky now. Okay, no problem. We'll go with small risk, 0.25. 0.25. Stop loss goes above here. Right? Good. Good. TP, let's aim for this support area 20 pips away. Right? Because this candle closed with no wick. Listen to me very carefully, everyone. This candle closed with no wick at the bottom. So obviously there's a 50-50 probability, right? This candle moved down as it started, and then it moved up. As it moved up, and now as it's crossing its open price, I'm going to repeat, as it's crossing its, now this is a little bit advanced concept that I've been working on for the past 3 months. As it's crossing its open price, now this candle should not break its own high, which is why you guys suggested me to use lower risk, which is good. And yeah, it shouldn't break. Yeah. So now we're gonna wait some more. No problem. Yeah, exactly. See, we use lower risk, right? We're still up in profits. We made $300. It's the last day. We still haven't moved into New York Open. So we're just waiting. Brother, you. Bro, it's all fun and games. Okay, so we're just gonna wait. We have to wait. Let's see how this dumbass candle closes. Wow, look at that. Nothing. Nothing happening here. Here we go. Here we go. So this is the same situation that happened here. And I'm not gonna make that mistake again. I'm gonna let the candle close. Because yeah, I'm gonna wait for the candle to close. Oh wow, look at that. It's make see perfect now. Now we can give our trade a second chance. Let's adjust the zone. Yeah, now we can give our trade a second chance, whatever, right? Yeah, now we can give our trade a second chance. But finish what you were saying about this setup. What I was saying, I actually forgot. I forgot what I was saying. But this is where we can give our trade a second chance here now because the candle has made a top wick. It's about to break its own low. The previous candle doesn't really have, the previous candle has no wick, but it's, in that area where if we do break below this area, I think we can move down. What's the time here now? 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is also New York Open. So New York Open, can bring that heat for price to move down, right? So let's execute 0.25, sell right over here. Stop loss goes above this area. We're looking at price to move down. Okay, beautiful. Wow, this is, we haven't had volume. We had no volume. Oh, I accidentally stopped it. I stopped it accidentally here. Um, if I hit play, it's going to reset the whole thing. But this here means, look, out of all the history, out of all the history, this is the only candle that broke and closed below 2031. Can you explain the first sell you took where price moved up and then moved down? Yeah, just watch the recording. So this is the only candle that closed below these wicks here to the left-hand side. So now this candle has a high probability for price to continue pushing down. But the problem is I hit stop, so it's now going to reset the whole thing. But we made about $300, and making profits in-person class video on YouTube. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know. So what was this date? This was 9th February. Yeah. We'll go towards 9th February over here. Smiley Mu Kala hi 9th February, New York Open. All right, let's go over here. Scroll from above. Oh, from here I can scroll? Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know this. 9th February. No, it doesn't work. Oh, oh, okay. What's this date over here? 7th February. Where can we see this? This will be in the database, so you can rewatch it. So you can rewatch it in the database, buddy. So here we are. So I'm going to show this here to you. Let's see. This is where we are. Price is consolidating. Forward, forward, forward. We go towards 15. Yeah, right over here. This is where there's a high probability for price to move down, right? And yeah, even if you, let's say you go full margin, 3 lots you want to take, stop goes above this candle for price to move down. I mean, very, very high probability for this candle to push down. Very high probability. Okay, yeah, right. So anyway, guys, this link is going to be in the database, maybe in the next 45 hours, and then you can rewatch it later on here as well. Wednesday is FOMC. Would you recommend to trade the session that I normally trade pre-London? Yeah, trade it. Trade it. Trade that session. They're still going to be good. Whenever there's a fake out, should we anticipate an entry, whichever side it closes in? Yes. But I would say not to execute on fake outs. Just watch fake outs for like 2, 3 months. Let's see over here. Do we have March, May, June, 10th? Let's go towards 10th. Let's go towards 11th. Okay. FOMC, FOMC. Oh, nice. Okay, we got FOMC. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. But anyway, guys, thank you for keeping up with me here. Take care, and we'll see you on Monday for the New York session. No, New York or London, I'll decide tomorrow, but let's see. Take care.